What's up, guys? Welcome to Among the Fence, my YouTube channel where I do music reviews. My name is Aaron, and it's time for another New Music Friday, where I give my anticipated thoughts and opinions on some of the new stuff that's coming out throughout the week of December 17th. There's not really a whole lot of stuff coming out since the year's kind of winding down, but throughout this week, I'm also doing my best and worst review, opinion, album of the year stuff. I did my album of the year and my top 10 list throughout the year of 2021 this past Monday, just a few days ago. And I plan on doing my top 5 favorite EPs throughout the year, and also my top 5 least favorite albums or worst albums throughout the year, throughout the rest of this weekend. So don't miss out on those. And as always, if you got anything on the review, new, old album, single, EP, whatever, leave a comment below letting me know what it is, and I'll make it happen for you. And if you do that, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on your request review, because a lot of times that happens. And even after I do the requested review, a couple videos later, the same person will request that album or piece of music to be reviewed. And I'm like, dude, I already did it like a month ago. So yeah, if you leave a request, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on it. And yeah, you don't have to go looking for it. It just pops up and helps me to help you. And when you subscribe, it just makes me feel good about myself. Shadow of Intent is releasing another single off of their upcoming album. The song is titled Of Fury. The last couple singles that we've gotten have been kind of underwhelming for me, with the exception of From Ruin We Rise. But I still have a lot of hope for this album. I think it's going to come together really nice, especially once we hear every song in the context of the album. And considering that Melancholy, the band's last album, is one of the only albums that I've given a perfect 10 out of 10 to. But it's also really easy to try to compare everything that they do to that album, which was pretty much perfect. So I'm trying not to really do that. I'm trying to look at this under a new light, hoping that the band can progress in their sound, their storytelling, their songwriting, all that a lot more. I'm not sure if this is going to be a concept album. I've been kind of trying to stay away from getting too much information about this album until it comes out and I get a chance to listen to it all in one sitting at least. Memphis May Fire releases a new song titled Left for Dead. This band has been heading in the direction of generic butt rock, or I guess generic like radio metalcore, for quite a while. And that's what I expect this to be, if I'm going to be completely honest. They do have an all-around solid sound, though. Like, their generic stuff, it doesn't sound bad. It actually sounds pretty good. They got great vocals. Some of the riffs are kind of uninspiring, but I mean, they're still not horrible sounding. And the overall production of their music is still pretty decent. So while they kind of fly under the radar for me amongst other bands that kind of do the same thing, I gotta admit that Memphis May Fire is kind of more at the top of this list in terms of just having a good sound all around while still being rather generic, I guess you could say. So yeah, I'm not really looking forward to any albums coming from them, but at the same time, I'll probably still review it hoping that there's something good in there. We also get a new song from Amity Affliction titled Death Is All Around. Their last single, Give Up the Ghost, blew me away. This is one of the best pieces of music they've done in quite a while. I was not expecting them to release, especially with their past releases from this upcoming album. Hasn't really been doing all that much for me. But yeah, the last one was great. And I don't really know what to expect from them at this point. Like, I hope they do really good. My anticipation for this album is kind of confused at the moment, just because I really hope that's not the only good song that's going to be on this album. I hope that they continue to isolate and use that sound and grow it, instead of doing the more generic-y kind of stuff, specifically on their last album that they came out with, which was kind of a snooze fest. I really hope that they're able to bounce back from that, and it sounds like they have the potential to do that. It just depends on if they harness that potential or not. We get a new song from the last 10 Seconds of Life titled Birth of the Butcher. This band is heavy as balls with their, like, I don't know, a form of deathcore and hardcore, maybe deathcore in a sense. I've been getting a little bit more into this band, especially since I started to take notice that they have this like Shadow of Intent kind of quality to them, specifically in their orchestration and their musicianship. I mean, they're not like as crazy concept songwriters as the guys in Shadow of Intent, and they're not as technical in their musicianship in those terms, but just their overall sound and musical feel and atmosphere kind of hits it for me, and they're doing it in their own kind of way. They're just a little bit more hardcore sounding, a little bit more in your face, and a little bit more raw, and not quite as polished over, and I dig it quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to this new album that they're coming out with a lot. We also get a new song from a band called Ghost Seeker. This band has less than 500 Spotify listens a month. They have a great sound though. They got some distorted vocals, and they also have another vocalist who's a female, and her clean vocals are so beautiful, and her clean tone is very unique, which while their songs aren't like something you haven't really heard before, I feel like her vocal tone definitely makes it for me. We also have a new track from a band called Bare Bones, and these guys have around 1,500 monthly listeners on Spotify. This reminds me a lot of like Johnny Booth, with more of a heavy metal influence to them, like different types of guitar solos thrown in there. They're doing things a little bit different, and I believe that both of these bands deserve a lot more listens, and they're getting a lot more attention, so definitely check them out as well. And that is it for New Music Friday. Like I said, there wasn't really a whole lot of stuff that came out, at least not a whole lot of stuff that's on my radar. So if I missed something that you're looking forward to, leave a comment below letting me know what it is. While you're down there, let me know what I should review next. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. If you want to help support me, my channel, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon. Doing that stuff helps me out a lot, and I appreciate it more than you guys could ever imagine. And like I said, I have more stuff coming out. Like I'm doing my top 5 EPs of the year and my top 5 worst albums of the year throughout this weekend. So hopefully we can all look forward to that as well. And I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, whenever you have me watching this. And I will talk to you guys next time.
I was just an ignorant kid relying on my parents said to save me.